Oh my God. It's, it's gotten hot again. Finally. It took some hours and we're at 310. I mean, it was hot at noon at like 11. So it's been hot like for like 4 hours, but yeah. I've been going outside, coming inside, and doing stuff. And someone may have dropped off, excuse me, dropped off I don't know, it was a small dog. Maybe it was a border collie. I don't know breeds of dogs very well. But it was a small dog and whatever. And because it's Saturday, I called the local police station, and they kind of said they don't really have anything they basically do about it because they get a lot of strays around here. And somebody a while ago, maybe a month ago, also mentioned to me that there kind of tend to be people that come up here, and I kind of took it that, people drive up to rural areas and they just dump dogs. That's kind of shitty. They're just like, oh, I either can't take care of this dog or I don't want him. Maybe it's from breeders that just, it's like, well, they breed dogs to sell and they have too many dogs. Like, well, I can't take care of, I mean, whatever. People can be really shitty. So then they dump their dog that they can't take care of or won't take care of, is more usually the point. It's like, well, I just don't want to take care of an extra dog for the entire lifetime. I don't know how you can do that to a dog. It's like someone that like just takes a baby that they have in their hands and just like leaves the baby somewhere, just in a random place. It's like, how do you possibly have the heart to do that? Just leave a dog, leave a baby. Just be like, yeah, that's a thing to do. Anyways, I forgot to say that I was watching Kyle Kulinski. I don't know how he pronounces his name. I think his show is this Just Secular Talk, not The Secular Talk. And he mentioned Trinity in it. Yeah, I think that was where Trinity was mentioned. Milwaukee was mentioned in another thing that I watch. I think it's jdcochiarella or jdcochiarella. Milwaukee was mentioned because of the lead paint thing in schools. Why? I don't know why we in the United States ever thought it was a great idea to use lead paint anywhere. But I mean, it's like, haven't we known for ever that lead is something you should not be using in a place where it would interact with people, since, Romans used lead pipes and that caused people to go a little It's like lead exposure to people is like mercury exposure to people. Heavy metal exposure is bad for the brain. So, yeah. So don't allow that to happen. And yet, lead paint, because what? It's cheaper in some ways. It doesn't degrade as fast. So they're like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. And removing it is, it's like, that's not an expense we're willing to take care of, okay? Especially in schools. That's not something we're willing to fund. So back to that. The guy in Secular Talk was talking about it was the cuts to Medicaid and how that's going to cause the closure of 700 and whatever hospitals, and how the hospital in Trinity closed weeks or a month ago, something like that. So he mentioned Trinity, and I was like, oh, someone talked about that, and not like just the local news or whatever. I mean, he was citing a local news story, a local paper or something like that. He was citing that, but like out of many things that could have been cited, I'm sure that's the one he happened to choose. And I'm like, wow, that doesn't happen. It's rare that someone chooses to say anything about Milwaukee ever. But someone with any kind of voice chooses to say anything about Milwaukee also. But that happened after the Trinity thing. But you know, yeah, it's nice that Trinity got a shout out too. Even if both of those were basically for, admittedly, something bad happening there instead of something good happening there, still, you got a name shout out in one, the Secular Talk is fairly high subscriber. It's like moderate to high, and jdcochiarella is, I think it's small to moderate in that range. So, yay, that's something to be something about. I don't know. You can be proud of it if you want. I'm not really proud of it. I'm just like, oh, that was interesting. Usually there's so many small towns and villages and hovels and cities and whatever. And if they do choose one, it's usually on the east or west coast. I mean, the Midwest in general never gets a shout out, and it's usually, if it's someplace, it's usually Chicago or someplace around Chicago, or it's someplace in Ohio, right? Ohio is the state with the primary. It's that state that has the voting thing where everybody's like concerned about it's the primary state. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's No, it's Ohio, because Idaho is the potato state, and it's like over here, and Ohio is up there, and whatever. So yeah, it's usually on the coast is where they care about, because Midwest are the good old flyover states that anybody who's you know anybody who's pompous is like, oh, we don't care about those states. Again, nobody cares about those states. If they do care about those states, they care about Texas, which admittedly is where I am now, but whatever. And they definitely don't really care about the Deep South or the Bible Belt, usually, unless they're Republican, then they do, or they care about Florida. That's got a high population. But Florida is like a semi-anomalous deep red state. It has more of a liberal conservative and old people conservative. So it's not Bible Beltish, it's, like I said, an anomalous red state. And Texas is a little bit of a wild card red state too, so a little bit. And it's also getting a little more blue with all the transplants. So yeah. And they say the country is swinging conservative, but the main reason it appears that way is because the Democratic Party is so run by, what do they call it, a gerontocracy, and it's so stuck in catering to rich people that they've just alienated most of the people that would vote Democrat like me if they would be willing to have some kind of a backbone, and also embrace non-neoliberalist ideals. And neoliberalism is, yeah, we're going to be liberal, but at the same time, we're going to support rich people. So we're basically going to compromise liberalism. In order to get, quote, enough money to run campaigns. You don't need to do that, by the way. We have social media. You don't need to do that anymore. You can run a campaign with $1. So run your campaign with $1. If you are broken on disability and you are radically liberal, all you gotta do is get in that wheelchair and knock on doors, and you will win. Don't even ask for money. Just knock on doors and be like, this is what I am. Vote for me. I am not even seeking money from the Democratic Party. I am independent. Same thing if you're a Republican. If you're a Republican and conservative, you don't have to be beholden to the MAGA party either. I'm okay with you being conservative and independent. You don't have to. The time of the Democratic and Republican Party are over, really. They're done. We need people that are non-party affiliated. It's a time of do what you want to do. It's a time of the party of me. the party of me. I am this guy, vote for me. And that's what it's going to be from now on. So, I am me, and vote for me. And I will be your representative, and I will represent you, and blah, blah, blah. And I will do the best I can, and yeah. Okay. I think I gotta lay down in front of the fan again. I got really hot.